Here we are. What's up, everybody? Today I'll be doing in the style of a very famous guitar player. And by the way I was playing, you can probably guess who it was. Yeah, his name is Eddie, and the last name, Van Halen or Van Halen, like the Dutch have say it. And that's actually how you should say it. But it's everybody knows Van Halen, and that's what it is. And as you heard, I got the phaser on, right? So the phaser is just that. Right, you hear that swirl going on, right? So the phaser is a big part of his sound. Obviously, in the back you can see the EVH head. That's not what he used originally, but it's it's always a sound that has a lot of gain, in a sense, either from preamp tubes or from the actual power tubes. So he would always drive the input pretty hot. Now, besides the sound, which was very, very unique, what are the things that he does a lot? Well, besides playing great rhythm, that's one of his, I would say, the biggest assets that is overlooked. He made the things that are popular, right, because of him, is pinch harmonics, dive bombs in I would say in a really measured way. Hendrix did a lot of dive bombs. Ritchie Blackmore did them, but Eddie would do him like really timed in specific parts of the song, so as guitar fills. Other things that he would do is use the open strings as part of licks. Other things he would do is crazy bendings. Crazy bendings. Use the whammy bar also as a very crazy vibrato. And speed picking, right? Tremolo picking, and the famous 3-note per string stuff. So let me just show you some of those things I just mentioned. So pinch harmonics, right? So you can make a note just like sing in different ways or squeal in different ways by just changing where you do the pick attack. And then on top of that, if you add the bend, right? Right, that's just freedom, right? You can do whatever you want. And then, later on, people just really took that pinch harmonic to different levels, and do it everywhere in rhythms. But mainly, you do it on the G string, on the D string, on the A string. And remember, right? The trick is always the let's say the interplay, in a way, between the tip of your pick and the fleshy part of your thumb. So it's almost like creating a harmonic, but you do it right? And then that applies to any note that you fret. You just have to find where you like them. And most likely you're always going to be behind the neck pickup. That's usually where you have it. All right. What are other things that he made popular, like a timed use of the whammy bar, right? Right? So you get an additional note by dropping the pitch. Right? So you can, it's almost like, imagine you're tapping, right? And that third note is the dip. Let's see, who's out there? Ha ha! No, I mean, come on, you can't say that. Screw Eddie. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, thanks for the compliment. Yeah, 5150 rocks for sure. I mean, this is the only amp that I can put everything at 12 o'clock and I have a sound. All the other amps that I tried, nothing wrong with them, but I got to tweak more. This is the only one, put everything 12 o'clock, and there you go. So yeah, remember, right? It's all about timing. And then if you want to do a double, like double tap, right? So again, it's a timed use of the whammy bars. So you're not just wiggling the thing and just going crazy, right? The other part is the dive bomb, right? The dive bomb, right? And usually the way that is the easiest is you create the note that you're gonna dive bomb, which is a lot of times an open string. You pull it off with your first finger, and that's what I'm doing in this example. So if I go, see, so the first finger created, I know, so I'm not picking because I have to grab the bar. You know, so I cannot pick and grab the bar, otherwise I would have to hold the bar with my other fingers while I pick. So that's not the idea. The idea is that you create the note with the left, and then you have time enough to grab the bar and do whatever you want to do. All right. The harder part of using the dive bomb is like in songs or pieces like Eruption, you create it with a slide or just a quick flick. Right? So for example in Eruption, right? Well, after you go, so notice that I flicked those notes off, so at no point did I strike him with my right. It was the flick with the in this case the middle finger. So I was here, drop, and then gotta flick it, right? So I have no way to pick it. So in itself, it's quite a tricky technique, but you can practice it, get it clean. No hate. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to bring you the stuff that I like about my heroes, you know. So, and how cool some of those things are. And so yeah, remember, right? So whatever you do, you can even do it up here. That's another place where he does it a lot. Let's say if you're an E. All right. So again, it's just you just do it with the first finger. So what are other things that you can do with the whammy bar? Not that many besides what we just did. The other cool thing that he does, let's see, ooh. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Jack. The Satriani is he does the pinch harmonic generated here, so that's why he grabs the bar with the left around the horn here, so you can. Right? So no way you can create that just with the left. So you got to use both hands to do that. So you drop the bar here and play with that, and then you create the pinch harmonic on the G string. That's how he always does the pinch harmonics. Always on the G string. I haven't seen or heard do him do any other pinch harmonic in other strings because this is the best one. All right. And then like even using the whammy bar like really low to create like a rumble sound. He does that in Eddie does that in Everybody Wants Some, right? So it's like you got the drums doing the tom thing, and then Eddie's kind of creating background notes going, you know, like. Right? It's just, or even when you let's say you do a chord, right? Right, then you just touch the string a little bit to create additional sound noises, right? So yeah, that in itself is pretty cool. Then the other things that Eddie does, which are very cool, probably I need more than one broadcast to cover everything, but I'll just do that like the most featured thing about him, is his great use of the flat 5 in the blues, right? He does, I'll show you one basic lick, and then you can listen to all his solos, and you go like, oh, that lick is there, that lick is there, there. It's basically this. So I picked very little, right? But it's just generated from. See, so I can basically like pick one note, and then the rest is created with the left hand. Right? So again, he does it up here too. Right? So again, it's just. Should put the phaser on. And if you want to reinforce that note, you can pick it. Alright, so instead of doing this, you can just. So I'm basically doing up, down, right? Up, down, pull up. Alright. Robbie, yeah, so, we're all here with Charlie and the gang. So yeah, if you have questions about your new DAW, we're going to do reamping today, so, yep. Okay. Now, what's the other thing? It's the legato, right? The legato, which is pretty big in the Eddie style, is he palm mutes the legato, right? You can hear that in Eruption when he goes. Right? So that's something that is, I would say, unique because it's not really that easy. You have to have a good responsive tone with enough gain so you can hear the palm mute, and when you do the legato, there is response from the notes. So basically here I'm doing 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just gives it a totally different attack, right? Because if I don't palm mute, sounds like this. Sounds fine itself. But if I palm mute, it adds this percussiveness, which is so cool, right? And you can do that in another descending lick that he does, which is blues. Right? Wait. Yeah, so. This one is tricky because I'm basically only picking 2 times, right? The high note, hammering this, pulling off, and then picking this. I mean, you could try to pick, pull off, pick, but I don't recommend that. Try to work on hammering that G note. Right? And again, I can do it more open legato. We'll palm it a little bit. Right? Now, if you take that same idea and you add open strings, you get a totally different lick, and that's another thing of Eddie's style, right? Which is so unique. It's a clever use of open strings. So you take the same blues lick, descending, and now I'm going to add 2 open strings. So pull this one off to a B, pick this one, and then pick this one open. So that's an E flat, and that's an E. So you got that's interruption as well. So let me play that a little slower. So you start with the open E, right? Oh, full gain. Right? Make sure that you palm mute, right? The palm mute is a big part of the lick. Right? Okay. Yeah, we should always train our ears. Yeah, no matter what. You train our ears for everything. You recognize all kinds of things. So yeah, open strings, right? Very clever use. He definitely likes to use especially if you're an E, he likes to use this. Right? Now, again, the whole point of using the open string is you can create a percussive effect by adding a what? A palm mute. Which otherwise it will just sound like, very fast pull off. And the phaser adds this cool swirl on top of that. But if you add the palm mute, that's really neat. Right? It just gives the guitar fill or even the part of your solo or your rhythms, right? Just it's cool. It's like, whoa, where did that come from, right? It's just this very fast left hand pull off. Yeah, facial expressions. You gotta do facial expressions when you play, right? It's like you mean it, or the lick is like complicated, right? And you really struggling to get it, clean. And yeah, face is crucial, right? You gotta do the face thing. If I'm expressionless, like no, you gotta be like you really mean it. All right? The lower you go on the strings, right, this is really more aggressive it gets. And then guess what? If I take the phaser away, and then do the famous harmonics from the palm slide, right? Right, that's so cool, and you can do it on the high strings as well. So let's say you're doing some sort of rhythm, right? Right, you go like, whoa, what is that, right? So these are all these cool tricks that really enhance your rhythm playing, because you don't have to just do that in solos. Just add a little fill here and there, and suddenly your guitar part is a little more interesting or more unexpected, right? So yeah, pinch harmonics, use of open strings. This is just part of it, right? I'm not going to cover everything because, I need another broadcast to cover that. So I'll do that most likely next week, part 2 for the Eddie stuff. So let me see, you guys any other questions here? Yeah. So again, right, pinch harmonic. And then on the pinch harmonics, right, if you add a little bend on every note that you do, it's almost like you're making the guitar talk, right? I'm gonna add the phaser here. So if I do it without the bends, it sounds one way, right? But if I add a little, he does that in all those. Right? It just adds this vocal quality to otherwise a normal pinch harmonic, right? But by adding that little bend, it makes a really very unique lick, you know, lick or expression. So yeah, so that's it, right? I don't want to go into too many examples because, you know, we can be here like all night. So thanks, guys. I'll be doing next week more of Eddie, right? Do the about his picking, his symmetrical stuff, and yeah, this is fun. So if you want me to talk about another guy's style, right? Another player, let me know through messages. I'm just warning you. I don't know about everybody, right? So I'm more, you know, from the guys that really made an impact, right? Like Yngwie, Eddie, Randy Rhoads, guys like Michael Schenker, you know, maybe some Greg Howe stuff, Jason Becker, but oh yeah, they tell me about this one guy, the guy from Poison. It's like no, not that guy, no. But yeah, I mean, you know, these guys, you know, Yngwie, I love to talk about Yngwie, Jason Becker stuff. So let me know if you be interested in any of those subjects. You know, I can cover some of that stuff, and I'll make a fun broadcast. So without further ado, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Any further questions here? No. All right. See you next time. Here we go.